Thank you very much. Good morning, church family. I'm honored to be here today to share a testimony back in 2022, not even 2022, when I was 22 years old. And it's been a long time. I'm gonna try to do my best so I can share the basic with you. I gave my life to Jesus when I was 8 years old. It's kind of impossible for a kid to receive the call of Jesus Christ at age of 8. But yes, I did. At 8 years old, I was already teaching little kids, 3, 5, the Bible study. But I did receive the Seventh-day Adventist message when I was 22 years old. The testimony I'm going to share with you today, back in Haiti, when I was terminating my first years of high school. From exhaustion to an encounter, this is the title of my testimony for today. A personal testimony of seeking God's presence during season of uncertainty and discovering that his greatest gift is not only power. When I give my life to Jesus, I thought I was going to receive some kind of supernatural power. Because in my country, we see so much people sick. They don't really have the opportunity sometimes to go to the hospital. We face the poverty on a daily basis. In every corner you go, you see a need. And as a young Christian, I wanted to feel those needs. And I saw and I read in the Bible a lot of miracles, great things that happened in the past. And for me, I saw an opportunity to help. And I said, if all of those things happened in the past, and I looking at myself, and I know I'm a man like every man, those beautiful things happen to them, like Abraham, Moses, Jacob, Joseph. And I was very passionate to read about those history. At my final year of high school, age 22, long days filled with classes, exam, and questions about what my future will be look like. I didn't know what career I would pursue, what country am I living, or how God would guide my steps. The pressure was real. The uncertainty was heavy, but deep inside, one thing was clear: I was hungry to meet with my God. The choice between comfort and prayer. The physical reality, tired from long days of classes and studying. When it's come to my mental state, overwhelmed with responsibilities and future concerns, deep down to my spiritual hunger, a deep need for God's presence that surpasses every comfort. So sometime, instead of going back home after a long day at school, I would go to church, not because I felt strong or spiritual. Sometimes I was exhausted, but I knew I need God more than I need comfort. And the chapter 2 of this testimony, our church was in a 40 days prayer campaign. I made a personal decision. I wanted to experience the Holy Spirit in a real way. I had read about the Pentecost, about disciples filled with fire and boldness. I wanted that power for me. Like I said before, there was so much need, and I wanted to help people around me. So I know by myself I couldn't do anything without the power of the Holy Spirit. I wanted that for myself. I wanted what those disciples experimented in the past. In my mind, I imagined something dramatic, like a supernatural strength, something extraordinary that would make me feel unstoppable. Day 5, and this 40 days prayer, nothing happened. And I keep going. Day 15, still nothing. Day 39, I'm starting right now to understand that maybe I will not get anything from God. And I'm starting asking to myself, Lord, I'm not asking for money. I'm not asking for fame. I just wanted to know you are real in my life. I wanted to feel what your presence looked like. By day 39, I was discouraged. My simple prayer revealed the deepest longing of my heart, not for things, but for him. Day 40, the moment where everything gonna change. After another long day of school, I almost went home. I was tired, but sometime inside me, something said to me, you made it to the 39 days. Why quit on the 40 days? And I'm telling you, church, I spent those 40 days, asking for one single thing. Feel the presence of the Holy Spirit in my life. I wanted to feel what it looked like, to feel that. I was preaching, I was sharing the gospel of God, I was doing the job, but I never felt the presence of the Lord in my life. I wanted to feel that so bad. And I knew that I will get it if only I keep going. The church that day was full. There were no place in the assembly. I sat behind like this, the pulpit, near the singers. At the end of the service, there was a pastor. I still remember his name. His name is Pastor Jude Misère. At the end of the service, the pastor made an appeal and quote, if you have been praying for something during those 40 days and you haven't received it, come forward. And at this moment, I knew that call was for me. As I walked forward, something happened that I cannot fully explain. It felt like everything around me disappeared. Instead of seeing people, I saw my life, my mistakes, my sins, my failures. I felt small, unworthy. I could not lift my head in that moment. I feel that I deserve nothing that I could see. anything. It's like a big screen, a big TV screen in front of me, and lay out all of my mistakes. And I'm seeing them, and I started to understand that I'm not worthy enough to receive what I was asking for. Then something changed. I did remember it's not about me, it's not about who I am. It's about the sacrifice of Jesus Christ made for me. I remember the cross. His love is greater than my failure, than my sins. All I could do was say, Lord, please forgive me, because it was so hard to resist with the pressure of my unworthiness. The weight of my unworthiness pressed down on me. Instead of focusing on my sin, I began to thank Jesus. Thank you for your mercy. Thank you for your grace. Thank you for loving someone like me. That was what I was saying. And in that moment, I was asking for supernatural power. I was asking the power maybe to walk on water, to move mountain, because this is what we read. A deep, overwhelming peace instead of having those. I felt like love was filling the room, and I looked around and began hugging people, telling them only one thing I couldn't say to those people, to my brothers and sisters: Jesus loves you. And people think that I was crazy because I woke up on my knee and I started hugging every single person I met in that room. And I was telling them one thing: Jesus loves you. I went looking for power. God gave me love. The true evidence of the Holy Spirit is not dramatic strength. It is love. It is humility. It is surrender. It is peace in the middle of uncertainty. The Holy Spirit's greatest evidence is pure, transforming, humbling love, not supernatural display of strength. True spiritual power and peace is uncertainty, surrender when feeling unworthy, assurance that you belong to God. May God bless you this morning, and understand that God is one thing, is love. And we are, and I am, his son, and you are his son and daughter. Please let's share his love to others. Thank you, and I love you all.